Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. My name is Krista Wiley. I'm a one-star platinum and IATAN card holder. And today we're going to go over Viator. We're going to go over kind of a walkthrough of them, how to book them and all of that. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And as always, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. So things we're going to be going over in this training is why use Viator, how to register, how to search for excursions, booking the excursions, pertinent information your client will need, how to get them picked up from the airport, what if the client wants to book once they're there, other things found on Viator.
Have an unforgettable experience every time you travel.
Oh no, hold on guys, sorry.
Viator has the world's largest collection of tours and things to do and hundreds of destinations worldwide. Have an unforgettable experience every time you travel. Viator has the world's largest collection of tours and things to do and hundreds of destinations worldwide. Over 300,000 reviews and opinions from real travelers make it easy to find your next unforgettable experience. With exclusive discounts, plus a low price guarantee, you always get a great deal. Whether you book before you go, or when you get there. Viator. Book your next unforgettable experience.
So how to register. Now, is everybody here registered for Viator? I guess that's kind of the important thing to ask. Is everyone registered with Viator? Yes. Yes. Awesome. Yes, we are. Awesome. So I probably don't much need to go over this, but here it is for those of you that aren't inside Travel Cafe Suppliers, how to register, scroll down to Viator, select continue reading, then scroll down to how to register. And then this is the information. All the information is there. And obviously Viator is one of our preferred vendors. How to search for excursions. In the search bar, you will type the location your client is going to. So you're going to click on that little search bar. For this example, we're going to go ahead and use Sydney, Australia. So everything that I'm going to be going over is going to be on a Sydney, Australia tour. So you're going to go ahead and search for Sydney, Australia. I've been there, so I personally know this excursion. So you're going to use the search filters to narrow your search. So up at the top, you guys are going to see tours, sightseeing, outdoor activities, food, and drink once you type in Australia. If your client knows something they would like to do, you can look up that location with the same or with the name of the excursion. So for instance, here I put in Sydney hop on, hop off bus. Everybody knows I absolutely love the hop on, hop off bus tours. I do them anytime I'm going to kind of a big city that I don't know a whole lot about. I like to use it, especially if it's somewhere you're not going to rent a car. I don't want to drive on the other side of the road, so I don't. So we use the hop on, hop off bus to kind of go, to go from, it takes you around town, you hop off, you do whatever you want to in that area, and then get back on, go to the next place. One of the cool things about the one that I did in Sydney was they actually had a tour that included the hop on, hop off bus and a hop on, hop off boat. So I don't know if you guys can see down here, it says hop on, hop off harbor cruise and hop on, hop off city bus tour. That was the one that I actually did. And it was pretty cool. One day we did the bus and the other day we did the boat or the harbor cruise side of it. So over here, you're going to see I typed that in. It's going to give you all of these different options. Now, you can also, I looked up over here, Blue Mountain Tours. So you can see when you type in Blue Mountain Tours, all of the different tours that are going to that are going to pop up, right? Let's say your client's going to New York City, or maybe they're going to Vancouver, Canada. There's different things that they're going to want to see. Maybe they give you a bucket list. Has anybody here ever had your client that's like, I want to go here and I want to see these different places, right? I'm sure a lot of us have clients that say, oh, I want to go to, I don't know, let's say Paris, and I want to go see the Eiffel Tower, and I want to see Le Louvre, and I want to see, this museum and whatnot. And so what's nice about Viator is that you can pull up that area and then you can look up different tours. And then I have found that sometimes you can get a tour that includes a couple of the different stops that they want, or the different places that they want in one tour, which will open up another day for them to kind of freely sightsee. So they've chosen the Blue Mountain Tour from Sydney with an Aboriginal experience. Okay, so you guys can see here, the price is $27.59, lowest price guarantee. This was the date that was selected. It's for 2 adults and 2 children. So you're going to choose the date that they want to go and update the number of people in their party. So this is something, you're going to want to look at the itinerary. If they're going for 5 days, maybe the first day you don't want to jump into an excursion. Maybe they kind of want to get the lay of the hotel, lay of the area, maybe on that second day. But that, again, is a conversation that you're going to have with your clients. What days do you want to do planned excursions? Some people, they like to go. Some want, I want one planned excursion, and then the rest of it, I want to be able to freely plan my trip. Now, take notice of the free cancellation policy. And I know that Meryl was just talking about that a second ago, about the free cancellation up to 24 hours in advance. I really like that with Viator. Their cancellation policy is very friendly for whatever reason. So you're going to see here the total price for their party is of 4. So it's going to price out 2 adults, $227.59, 2 children, $168.37. The pickup is included. And it's going to give you the different times. Okay. Now it's saying 12 a.m. They're not actually getting picked up at 12 a.m. It's probably showing it in my, my local time. Right here, it's a 10-hour trip. It includes hotel pickup offered, mobile ticket. It's offered in English and good for avoiding crowds. So I always kind of like to pinpoint those things out for them as well, just general tour information. Now, if you click on the overview, it's going to go ahead and tell you everything about the trip that you could ever want to know about it. It's also going to show you what's included. It includes hotel port pickup, full day tour to Blue Mountains, a luxury van, morning tea, coffee, homemade scones, which, by the way, this tour, you guys, I went on this tour. I can 100% say that it's absolutely everything it says. The best hot chocolate I have ever had is this place that they take you to. Lunch, fresh hot 2 courses, 2 guides, including local Aboriginal guide, Aboriginal smoking ceremony, visit Featherdale, home to over 1,700 native animals. They actually have just kangaroos hopping around that you can feed. Last adventure, Sydney Olympic Park, a ferry journey, and then a ferry journey into Sydney Harbor. So they take you on a bus, and it'll take you through the Sydney Olympic Park and point out different points. So, the swimming was here and this was there and whatever, all while in an air-conditioned vehicle. And then they're going to send you they're going to put you on a ferry, and I think it ends up in Darling Harbor. So it shows what's included in it. Now it's going to give you also a stop-by-stop itinerary. So it's going to tell you, you're going to pass by this, you're going to stop here, you're going to pass by, stop at. So if your clients are wanting to know exactly what they're going to be doing step by step, that is in there. And then over here on the right-hand side, it's going to show you the shopping cart. So again, $791.92, and then it's going to show you the commission breakdown. So $79.19. Right? Remember, it's 80% of that. There's also no additional taxes and fees. Continue to check out. And the commission to be made $79.19. Now on the left-hand side, you guys are going to see the information that you're going to put in: adults' names, children's names. Most people when traveling to a foreign country opt to not rent a car, so make sure to schedule your client to be picked up at their local hotel or one nearby. You guys, I'm a little crazy when it comes to research. I will, if my client said, I absolutely want to do XYZ tour, I really want to go do this one certain thing. You guys, I want to do the hop on, hop off bus, right? So what I did was I pulled up the map of all the stops the hop on, hop off tour did. And then I looked for a hotel that was nearby one of those stops. So that way I knew that I was close to a location and I didn't need to rent a car. Now, what I did was I cross-referenced with this tour, and that helped me further narrow down my hotel. So if your clients are very specific about things that they want to do in a location, you can pull up Viator, kind of start looking at tours, and maybe that might help you pick a hotel to put them close to transportation. So you guys can put in where you'd like to be picked up. You can put your tour activity language and any special requirements, dietary needs, accessibility, allergies, and things like that. Now you're going to select a pickup location from the list, or select I don't see my pickup location. So here is all of those lists of different hotels to stay at. The hotel that I actually stayed at was this one right here, Novotel Sydney on Darling Harbour. That was the hotel that I stayed at while I was there. It was about 5 blocks away from the hop on, hop off bus that I decided on. And then this tour picked me up right outside the lobby. So it worked out really well. So if you don't see your pickup location, I think that what they'll do is you can put in, where you're located. And if it's a smaller tour, they may make some concessions, or they may tell you what the closest pickup location is. You're going to select the client's preferred language. So over here, you can see I selected Novotel Sydney on Darling Harbour, English, and allergic to nuts. Since they're going to be providing those meals, it's important that they know your allergies. Then lastly, you're going to make sure that you use an email and phone number that your client will have access to while at their destination. This information is very important so that the tour company can update your clients with any up-to-the-minute changes, i.e. pickup location change, pickup time change, etc. Now, you guys, this is very important, and I know, people, sometimes people aren't going to have international plans, so they may not have access to, a phone call, but if they're connected to Wi-Fi, then they may be able to check their email. So make sure that they're going to have whatever information they put in here is something they're going to have access to on their international trip. Then obviously this is the travel agent details. This is stuff that's already going to auto-populate. Now, what if your client doesn't want to book their excursion beforehand, but rather once they arrive at the destination? Some people are a little bit more lax. They have these things that they want to do, right? They have some kind of ideas of things that they want to do, but they don't really want to plan anything out quite yet. And I know I had clients that have said, I don't really want to book anything quite yet, but I do want to list in a place to book things. So once I'm there, I can say, you know what, I want to book something. And they have that freely available to them to book. So one of the nice things that Viator does for us is we can actually share these things with our clients. That way they can book them while they're in country or at their destination. And then you guys are still making commission on that. So right here, you guys can see where it says share with client. You can click on the button that says share with client. You will get a link that you can copy and send to your client. So if your client, let's say your client's going to Cancun and they would love some different options. They want to go zip lining. They want to go swimming with dolphins. They want to do this, that, and the other, right? So you compile a list of different things for them that they want to do. And you can send them that email. That way it's something that they can have readily available to them. So that way when they're in destination, they can easily book those and they're not having to go search and find. Who knows? They're laying in bed and they're like, you know what? We really want to go do XYZ tomorrow. And they can easily go to your email, click on the link, and they can figure out what tour they would like to do tomorrow and see what kind of availabilities there are. Obviously, if they're doing it the night before, their availabilities might be a little hard, but you never know. So you guys are going to get that link for you guys to share with your clients. You then send the link in one email to your clients of the excursions they are thinking of taking. That way it's in one neat place when they're ready to book. You can entice your clients to book with you by letting them know that if they book 2 or more excursions at one time, they will save an additional 5% per excursion. No worries if they choose to book themselves using these links, you will still make commission. So you guys can see here an email that I did compose for my client, very similar situation that I was just explaining. They had all of these different things that they wanted to do. It was actually a group of 12. It was 3 families that were going, and they weren't really sure who was going to feel like what on what day. They were traveling with some younger kids. You never know, maybe they have a busy day at the beach, and what if they had an excursion booked the next day, but now it's under the 24 hours and they just don't want to go. So here are the excursions you were asking for. Prices on each of these tours will pick up from your resort. So I made sure that every tour that I chose was a trip that would pick up at their resort. Also, if you book 2 or more, you will save on an additional 5% per excursion. Let me know what you think, or if you obviously if they want to book it. So there's all of these different things. They did want to swim with dolphins. They wanted an idea of what it would be like to swim in a sonnette, whale shark. There were some people that wanted to swim with sharks. And then they wanted to do some archaeological, go in and see into, ruins and things like that. So I was able to give them all of these different things. And while they ended up not booking them beforehand, but they did book several of them once they were in country at their destination, and could kind of put a hand wrapped around, what they were going to be doing. Now, other things that are found on Viator, most people think that, oh, it's just a place to do excursions, but you're wrong, right? There's actually amusement parks. They're not going to be, you're not necessarily going to go find Disneyland or Walt Disney World, but do you guys know what theme park you guys can actually find that you cannot find on the Disney theme park website? Do you guys know what theme park you guys can book on Viator? I've given you a hint. It's a Disney branded park. Not Knott's Berry Farm. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Come on, I told you Disney. It's a Disney brand theme park. Nobody guess. Disney Paris. If your clients are wanting to go to Paris and they want to go to Disney Paris, you can purchase Disney Paris theme park tickets on Viator. That way you guys can get commissions on them. Okay, so there are theme parks on Viator. There's airport transfers. You can see here airport transfers, all different types of them here. Specialty restaurants. In some locations, they have special kind of dining situations. Some of them are there's excursions where you catch what you're going to eat and then you prepare it, and they teach you how to do that. Maybe they're nicer or more specialty restaurants here. Sorrento one table restaurant experience. So for instance, this restaurant, it has 1 table. So they're going to need to make those special reservations. Dinner at Inca Grill Restaurant, dinner at Cucina. I can't even say that, but you guys can see different types of restaurants here that you could book your clients. So those are all things. Remember, when we're talking about upselling, right? Yes, we're booking hotels. Yes, we're booking airfare. Yes, we're booking those sorts of things. But this is where we upsell. Okay, you know what? Now that we have your hotel and your flights booked, let's look and see, is there anything else that, you guys were interested in doing while you're there, right? I would love to take a look, oh, hey, I saw that in Peru, there's this really highly recommended dinner experience. It's or whatever, and you guys can upsell those experiences for your clients while they're there. There's also scavenger hunts. Lots of different people love going. I know Boston has quite a few of them. Different cities. I know Salem, Massachusetts, they have fun scavenger hunts. These are cheaper, less expensive type things that your clients can do, but they're also learning a lot about where they're at, right? So this is a Savannah scavenger hunt adventure, Denver scavenger hunt, the Destin Dash. Nashville scavenger hunt. So you guys, those are fun things that maybe your clients wouldn't even think about doing, right? And those are all on their own time. So those are, you know, fun little things that they could absolutely do and be found on Viator. All right, you guys. So that is the slideshow. I am going to go into Viator, but before I get into Viator, actually logging into it, do I have any questions about that information that we already went over? Any questions so far? Pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to go over. All right. You do have a question. All right, Sushil.
Sorry. Hey, I got a question. When sharing your link to your client and they booked, or let's say you put your link anywhere like Facebook groups and stuff like that, how would you know? Is there any way on the website to where you can find out who the client's details, like phone number, email address?
So when I did it, and I actually looked to see if it was still on there, but when I did it, I got an email and it had it like under the orders, but that trip was well over a year ago. So it's not on there because I was actually going to take a screenshot of it. But I got an email when they booked their excursion.
Okay. Cause I've been getting like bookings there without me knowing, right? Because they got my link and then they book it themselves. So when I was trying to actually follow up with them, I don't know who's that or what's their contact information. I get an email from the tour companies, like the Grand Canyon tours and stuff like that, but they won't give me the client's information.
See, I've never had that situation because the person that booked was already my client. So I already knew it was them. So I already had their contact information. But that might be, and it doesn't say under your orders or whatnot, what the, like who it is.
No, it doesn't. That's why I don't know if I'm not finding it. Because like I said, you know, my client used my Viator, not me.
Yeah, no, for sure. And did you ever try calling Viator? But I mean, I'm wondering if it's just, I know that that's part of the, not issue, but that's one of the things using affiliate sites is it's like a way for them to use it and get the discount and whatnot. But they're, you know, they're inputting their payment stuff and they're not really going through that. They're just kind of using your link.
Okay.
But I guess, yeah. So I don't know, maybe, yeah, I would just maybe call them and see if there's any information they can give. But I've never had like a random stranger use my link yet. It was just usually people that I've given the link to for them to book.
Okay, I thought I'm just being dumb, not seeing. That's good. I was gonna say that, not seeing. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. If there's a cancellation, do you also lose commission? So Kenya, you know, it's just like anything else, right? If there's no a cancellation's a cancellation. They don't know that they have like a commission protection. Because you need the client's info when you do a commission tracking form, right? You do. So, I mean, when you got the email, Sushil, was there any info on there?
It's just their name, the client's name, but not the phone number or email address. And then the actual tour that they have and the price. Yeah. Now the email that I get from the tour company is just like where they pick them up, they will pick them up, when, and all that.
Yeah. So I mean, Tasha, you have most of the information you need for the commission tracking form. The biggest thing is with the commission tracking form is when the vendor pays out the commission to Archer, they're going to pay, it's going to say like whatever, it's going to say Viator, it's going to say the excursion type, it's going to say the client's name, right? And then they're going to match it against the commission tracking form and the reservation number. So that's how they're matching it. So, I mean, if the phone number is not on there, you know, if you go to fill out a commission tracking form, it's not like they're all mandatory fill out. They just want you to put as much information in there as possible. So that way it's easier for them to match up the invoice.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just put their name, and then I put my email address and my phone number, and then I still got paid.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is they just want to make sure that's what that commission tracking form is so that as they're getting payments in, they can match it up against something so they know who they're paying out. Yeah. Any other questions, you guys? Did you guys need me to go to pull up Viator and show you anything else? I mean, it's really very simple. It's a very simple supplier to use.
I have a quick question. So I'm still very new. I haven't booked any clients yet or used Viator yet. So, but you were talking about how we could give them a link to pick their own excursions or whatever they choose to do if they're at the destination. How do we get the commission for those exactly if we aren't there with them or doing it with them, booking with them to fill out the commission tracking form?
So that's what we were talking about. Is so I actually gave them the links to specific tours, but what you can do is you can actually share your link that you have. And I'll actually pull it up and I'll show you. But you share that link, and that's what Sushil did. Was a lot of us advertised this Archer 15 thing that was going on, this deal with Archer 15. And we were sharing our link. So people would just click on that link and they could look at whatever tours they wanted to, and they were able to use our 15% off discount. And then you get an email with the people that booked, but I'll show you.
Okay.
Share my screen and I'll show you.
Sorry, I think it just wasn't making sense because I haven't actually done it yet.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So I'm logged in, right? I can log out and I'll log back in just so we can go through the process. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Obviously, all my stuff is saved there. Now I can click right here where it says share with client, and it's going to give me a link. Select your client's preferred language, then copy and paste the link below in an email or social media post. When the clients use the link to book, you'll earn commission.
Okay.
So every single person should go copy their Viator link. And if you have a Facebook or business page or a link tree or a whatever, you should be putting this Viator link out there. So that way, if they should want to book a tour, watch, I'll show you, because I actually think that I need to add it. I'll show you guys. I don't think I actually have it. I was just updating my Facebook today.
Can I add something, Krista?
For sure.
Also, from what I learned is that link, I think it expires 30 days. So even if you post it on your social media or on your Linktree or solo account, you have to update it every 30 days, I believe, because mine expired.
Oh, good to know. I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure every when, but at least 30 days.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah, because I think that's the same thing with golden tickets. If your link doesn't get used, like you give, because I was updating my links today. If you don't use the link, your site only gets built once somebody uses the link. It's kind of backwards. But I know I was reading the golden tickets thing. So.
Oh, that I didn't know that either.
That's what we're here for, right? We're always learning something new. Let's see. Ooh, perfect. So what I did was I just saved it. So when people go to my Facebook business page, I have all my different links here. So Viator, Golden Tickets, Virgin Voyages, obviously my website, my YouTube. And then you guys, any other, affiliate sites that are out there, you guys can add those to your Linktree or Solo or whatnot.
Thank you. Seeing it makes a lot more sense.
Oh, no, you're welcome. No problem. I really want to do this tour. Have you guys ever seen this? You go snorkeling at night with big old manta rays. Tasha, yes, they do. They do.